Good evening, guys. I'm just changing the title. Should be Russian videos. Okay, good evening, TikTokers. Bear with me. I'm just changing things up a little bit in terms. Good evening, Facebookers. Right, I think I'm rocking and rolling. All I've got to do is plug in my mic. Good evening, community. Community, I mean, everybody that watches me online, basically. I've got to get used to multiple audiences. So, hello, guys. Hope you're doing well. TikTokers. So, tonight I'm asking this question. Should we ban fashion videos in light of eating disorders? I put on the actual, this is for the TikTok community. I've actually put the picture that's, it might get, this live might get banned. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I feel like I want to stick out my neck a bit because I am retrained as a counsellor. I love people and I am worried that, eating disorders are extremely sensitive subjects. I'm not fully trained in this area, but I am partially trained in mental health services. I'm learning to become a counsellor. I am an expert in emotional intelligence, and also I've been through a lot myself. So I am asking the question: should we ban? I'm going to decline. Sorry, I don't normally accept people coming on my show randomly. This is a global show, by the way. And news for you, which is going out to my Facebook community as well. And I haven't got Instagram on here yet. But anyway, this is important because it all comes back to one thing. Fashion videos, what I can see the trend for the last 10 years is sadly, we're pushing towards content that is quite negative. And I've been analyzing videos from different broadcasts, different, artists. A lot of it is nakedness, swearing, do what you want, don't care attitude. And it's not promoting what I call good British values. You need to respect your bodies, but you need to eat as well. Okay. Now, there's a lot of problems with this at the moment, especially on TikTok, because that's what the news article is addressing. So it was in the Guardian today. It's a trending search on Google. So I wanted to jump on this from News for You perspective. Your children, some of you are adults watching this from Facebook, and I hope some of you replayed this. It's so sensitive. Your body needs to eat, and eating disorders are extremely, extremely sensitive. And what I mean by that is that it can happen to anybody. And I don't know all the science of it, but I know that I need to eat as a human. I have got digestive disease myself, but I know I need to eat and fuel my body. Your body works on a basis that it needs fuel. Okay, sometimes we overeat, sometimes we undereat. But to watch a trend, I'm not even going to say the word because it'll probably definitely going to get banned. The trend that was going on TikTok, the search has been taken out now, thankfully. There's so many trends, and I know that those that are quite young, I say young, 18, 17, 15, 16, up to 20, 25, it's not about I know that music really impacts your mind, and it's quite dangerous at times because how do you know that song, okay, is promoting good values for you? Because if the song says F this, F that, I'll say the word, get your boobs out or whatever, dress the way you want, and you've got to be respectful of your bodies. I'm not saying what you should do, okay, but how do you know that video is promoting good values for you in your life? And I think this is so important because what I can see, the trend is getting dangerous. It is costing lives, sadly. The global suicide levels are up, okay, and we've got to protect our children. And it's difficult for me to address my multiple audiences here as my platform gets bigger. You've got on the one side, I've got one camera addressing parents. On the other side, I've got another camera, which is you, TikTok community, addressing you're living in this world now. And I know a lot of you are scared because there's so many different problems in this world. And one of them is a grand increase globally, okay, not just in one particular country, on eating disorders. Okay. It is a complex condition because it's a confidence thing. Um, there are specialist mental health professionals in this area. Sadly, I'm not one of them just yet, but I do have some good knowledge around looking after your body and creating a positive mindset. The problem we have with any social media platform at the moment, it's not the actual platform itself, it's us as humans. Okay. I am a born again Christian, as my fans know, and we're always going to want to do things that are not good for us. But to not eat, okay, is not good. Now, I can't sadly wave a magic wand and say to anybody, look, okay, you really need to eat. Is because we all go through stress and anxiety, and our body sometimes let us know that we shouldn't eat because we might throw up. Because maybe, for instance, we've ate too much or we're under eating. Um, there's a lot of different things, and my advice is to always speak to your GP in the first instance. I'm not a medical trained doctor, but I live with a complex condition, and sadly I can't taste food. I lost the taste of food a couple of years ago because I don't know what was happening. Well, I'm still waiting diagnosis. I've had a lot of tests, and but I know that my body needs to function. I go to the gym on a regular basis. I train for hours because I'm filming for quite a few hours, and I'm producing fitness programs for you right here on TikTok, my community. But I know that if I don't eat, the risk is that my body can collapse. Okay. And that's not good. Now, being a former British Army reservist, okay, I haven't been on operations, but I have done a lot of training. When you do military training, you need to increase your calories. And that's not rocket science because you're putting your body through more stress. And when you're on the battlefield, okay, or in training, as it were, you're required to do different tasks. So you need to fuel up on protein, on carbs, energy, basically. You need to hydrate your body because if you're out in the field and you go down, you're going to take other people with you. But when you're living at home and you're a teenager and you're watching TikTok, it's a different world because you're following a trend that somebody's doing, and it could be anything. So you need to ask yourself, you know, I'm copying this video because this person sung this song, I'm doing this. But you have to ask yourself, is that healthy? You need to get into the habit of saying to yourself, right, okay, I need to question this. And you could be 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19 because your parents can only do so much in terms of safeguarding you, it's a big term we use in teaching, safeguarding you from social media. Because sadly, I mean, I know the CEO of TikTok and other platforms were, called upon by the American Senate the other day, and it is a difficult one. So I do apologise. I'm just gonna accept these ladies coming into the conversation. Hello, good evening. I'm Stephen. How's things? Oh, we're going for a match, are we? Can I just quickly ask? Can I quickly ask anybody? Have you been watching the trend on TikTok about this leggings leg fiasco? The leggings leg. Let me get the news article up. Yeah. What are your thoughts around it? A survey. So I mean, like, be honest with you, because I mean, I'm just speaking to. Sorry, apologies, Facebook. Is I'm speaking to four what I can see quite young ladies. Um, you I mean, you probably on TikTok a lot more than me. I post a lot of content. I'm a lot older from a different generation, but when you see like I don't know, I was talking about music videos, Taylor Swift or whatever it is, a trend. When you see something, do you automatically think I really like this or want to do it? And what stops you from doing something that might cause you harm? How do you know it's not going to cause you harm? Yeah, all of us. So anyone can answer. Did you not get the question? Okay, right. So you're on TikTok, you're scrolling through, and you see something you like. What stops you from doing something that might cause you harm? So if you see a music video, for instance, and it's swearing or whatever, or it's encouraging you to just like wear what you fancy, which I'm not saying. I'm not telling you what you should wear, but I'm just saying, how do you know that particular TikTok is healthy for you? You don't. Got ya. So if Taylor Swift said to everybody, you've got to wear short, it's really good in fashion to wear short cut jeans or throw your body out, get your boobs out, you'd go in for that, would you? I mean, I from what? Don't be a sheep. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. I'll be honest. When I look at the trends that are happening now, I'm worried about you guys. Like not literally, but like your age group because it's I am concerned. That's a good one. Right. So Facebookers, you can't see it, but I am talking to four young ladies. Um, I've lost my. I've lost my live feed now. There you go. All right. Yeah. So okay. So you all seem pretty content about the fact is you got it. Nice one. Superb. Yes. My real name. My my real name is Steve. Yeah. Yes. I'm supposed to be doing a talk show, but it's not going very well. Yeah. Yeah. It's a company actually. So what made you use three? Sorry, four of you. How many of you are? What made you come onto my live anyway? You don't. Is it? Do you think that's a good company name? Yeah. So the secret is you have to follow my channel and all. I do loads of videos about mental health, fitness. So the idea is that you just follow TikTok on my channel, and you get loads of healthy secrets about living a better life. You like that? You like it? Ah, cheers, nice one. Thank you so much. Bless all of you. I hope you have a great evening. Or I'm on a mission to lower global suicide by 30%. So because I'm a born again, I'm I've got a big social media presence. So I'm on a mission to help people with their mental well-being. Thank you so much. Thank you. Well done. Well, you can start. I mean, the only reason I got a bigger following was because artificial intelligence. A couple of years ago, I was just experimenting. It's a lot harder to go viral now on TikTok. TikTok's a hard platform. It's very hard. Um, but it's not. I always argue to people, it's if you're doing it to get fame, you're not going to get anywhere. But if you're doing it to help people, you might get somewhere. Amen. Yeah, I'm full of it. Yeah, you never can tell when you go viral sometimes on TikTok. It's one of them. It's sorry. I don't know. I'll be honest. I mean, I'm I'll be honest. I'll normally go live about 2 or 3 times a day, but generally speaking, I don't do a lot of this setup. Yeah, you can do different voices. Yeah, I'll test it now. I'll do one voice for you. I see I could do a different voice. Let me just say if I can make you laugh for a minute. I do a chipmunk. Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Is it a chipmunk? How about a robot? Oh, I've got to press it and hold it. Hello, can you hear me? Good evening. Is that music? Right. Good evening, everybody. How are you? Right, I'm thinking match invite. You want a match? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Right, right. What are you supposed to do on this game? Right, Facebook. Because I do apologise. Tap the screen. Yes. Right. Right. I'll let you crack on. I've got to speak to my Facebook fans, but anyway. Um. Okay, Facebookers. Right, I'm coming off that for a moment. Yeah, so 4 young ladies I'm speaking to. It's not what it is. It's just some people can come onto your live, and you heard me ask the question. So it seems that they feel comfortable with, um, yeah, just feeling comfortable with what comes on TikTok. But I still question the data, and I still question, how much people watch content on TikTok and what they do. There is a trend. It is dangerous, and yeah. So the data is saying that global suicides are going up. So I am on a mission to help people. Um, so this is kind of strange and weird. I mean, you got to get into the face of the people that you're trying to help, and I think they don't even know the dangers themselves. So it is a tricky one, and I don't have all the answers. I'll be honest, but I'm still going to try and help people. Um, mate, it might be the way to do a bit of humor and do these, bring in people, and go live like this and invite people to come in, but they're in laughing mode. It brings me back to being a teacher when you're trying to be serious and speak to your students. It doesn't always work. Um, not everyone likes being called Generation Z. I don't mind using the term. That's my target market, but they seem to like the brand name, and they seem for pretty one, two, three, four, pretty, I say, normal students I would expect in a class that will be giggling and messing around. But life is difficult, and all this is going to get it's getting recorded anyway. So I'll be interested to see what parts I'm going to split up and put out to my networks. I know, like reference point today's news with the TikTok um, leggings. Leggings is less. Let me just try and find a word now, because any parents that might pick this up need to be careful. So legging legs, yeah. I mean, if it's not one thing, it's another, and it's a tricky one, isn't it? If you're a parent, so just be careful around the content that you watch. For any of us, really, even myself as an adult, um, watching too many horror films can cause harm to you, because you build up fears inside your head. And it's just my question to those four ladies were, what? How do you know what you're watching is good for you? I don't, and I don't think they even realise what the danger is of it. So, I think it's so difficult. I mean, you look at the data and you know that people are in pain, people are suffering. And yeah, they felt inspired, which is great. And they're still with me on another camera. Um, but, it's hard when you want to help so many people and you want to, seriously put out education or a curriculum around mental well-being. There is good resources out there, but the data says that the information isn't getting through. And I think some of the fads we've got, like today's news with the leggings is legs, um, eating disorders are a real sensitive issue. And I was a little bit nervous tonight about talking about it because people's lives are at stake, and it is a difficult one. I mean, I've put here should we ban fashion videos um, in light of eating disorders. We have to be careful because I think it goes back to all these kind of um, when you get like models doing their fashion walks. I'm just going to jump back on TikTok because the ladies are gone now. Yeah, hi guys. So welcome TikTokers back then. It's always tricky when you go live and you come with guests that really, I don't know if the ladies are still there, but they've gone now. But they like the brand name, but eating disorders are a sensitive issue. So I'd always say approach a doctor first. We need to eat as humans. Sometimes when we're not feeling well, there is a danger that we might not want to eat, but when we feel like we're losing confidence, and I can't imagine what some of the parents must go through in terms of their children that they're not eating, and they're going through different conditions, eating disorder conditions, anorexia, and there's so many different names. It is an area that I will go into a specialist area in my later in a few years' time in terms of counselling people. I'm not trained in that area yet. I'm not saying I couldn't help someone, but it's so sensitive, and you should really have formal training on it. So I'll just pray for anybody that's got a child now that's going through eating disorders, because we're losing our children in different ways, and if it's not through knife crime and another sort of things that we've got going on in this world. I mean, I can't sadly press a button and end everything that's gone wrong in this world. It is going wrong. We've got two wars in Europe, as I always constantly remind people, but I'm here to try to give you some good news. Not the ultra good news, which is, Jesus is alive. And I have to say that because I'm a born again Christian. He's my savior. And I'm not trying to preach here, but I'm not going to hide away from the fact of who I am. Because the one thing you're going to get on this podcast is honesty. And that's who I am as a person. And I'm not going to walk away from who I am because I think that's important. And yeah, eating disorders are really tricky, but we need to I know we need more resources around this. The problem with that is that you're probably never going to have enough mental health professionals or counsellors to safeguard all the children in the world. It's just not going to happen. So simple things. I think there's good guidance from the NHS in England. I don't know about other countries. Um, Consult with your doctor first. If you're somebody that's suffering, you feel like you don't want to eat, or you're copying a fad on TikTok, particularly, just be careful and ask and stop the question. It's like when you cross the road, okay, you look left and you look right. What's the reason why we do that? Because we don't want to get run over by a car. We know a car is dangerous. It's a big lump of metal. At speed, it can hurt us. But when we talk about eating disorders, it can creep up on us because when we're younger, the science is we're not matured. We're vulnerable. We're very sensitive. Some of us, especially so if you've got different conditions in your mental well-being. And we watch a video, we think, yeah, I want to do that. God, that looks amazing. And you have to question it because even I, as an adult, I see people that are talking and saying things, and I see preachers, and I'm saying to myself, is that really the truth? Then I go back to the Bible if I'm reading that, if it's a preacher, or if it's a book, if it's someone saying science, I might look something up. We still don't know everything there is to know about the brain, even to this day. And that's why these particular eating disorders are very sensitive because we don't know exactly what's the feeling inside that person's mind. They might tell us, but even they don't know. It's not always the case, and we have to work on the basis that every case is different. So tonight's been a very strange show, but I felt compelled to come on tonight, and I'll probably do this a lot more, to be honest with you. I'll come on live when I feel there's a trend happening around the world on social, whether it be Google search or something, that might be affecting somebody's well-being, because I am on a mission to lower global suicide. Um, that's my purpose in life, and I'll try to use Healthy Secrets, my new brand, as much as possible. So yeah, I mean, it's I feel a bit sad tonight because it's just like such a big problem, eating disorders, and you know the it's so easy to fall down the wrong trap of, okay, I've seen this video. If you're young, that is, and even older people can fall into eating disorders, and we all want to look good. Okay, you look good, you feel good, kind of thing. But at the same time, we're all human, and we need to eat. We need calories. So there's a fine line between losing weight, I think, in my personal opinion, and gaining weight for muscle. But that's like if you're going for an event or something, you're a bodybuilder, etc. But what's trending in the news today, and I'm so glad that TikTok have been able to take down that search, because things can go really out of control in terms of social media. So if there's something going on, you see a video, you see a fad, and you're young, because remember, your mind is more vulnerable when you're younger, and you want to go for it, you have to ask yourself, is this the right thing to do with anything? If you're out on a nightclub and somebody comes to you, an older man or something, and they say, yeah, do you want to, let me take you somewhere else. If you don't have trust in that person, you don't know them, you've got to be careful whether you're male or female. We live in a dangerous world. And, it's these conversations are not easy, but I do my best to try to offer people some encouragement, a little bit of wisdom. I don't have all the answers, but if we don't talk about these things, how are we going to save lives? Because literally, that's what I'm trying to do. There's too many people in this world that are suffering, and eating disorders is one of them. And it might be because they've seen a TikTok and they've seen a fad. And today was that day, or a week ago, I think it started spiraling out. I can't even say the term because it's just too. I don't want to create any more awareness. And this live here on Facebook as well, and across my other socials, YouTube, Twitch, X, is important to me, because I think if I can just, there's 4 ladies that came on to my show tonight. They were young, about 18, 19, 20, I don't know. And like I said, I could see the sense that they're underwriting what they're seeing, and they don't realize the content that they're watching could be causing them harm. So yesterday in the news, I know the CEO of TikTok in particular was trying to defend himself. I don't blame the platforms at all because I know what the human heart has intent on. If we have greed, and we all have greed to some level, okay, I'm not saying we're all bad people, but at the same time, the content that you watch online is coming from a human that's created that content. Now, if the intent is good, okay, I'm trying to look into this Facebook camera here. If the content is good, like for me, I try to give out the best content possible. I don't always get it right. I'm not here to cause harm. I'm here to lower global suicide and generally help people. That's my mission. I'm trying to lower global suicide by 30% by 2030. And I have to produce and talk about different subjects, difficult ones, namely tonight, eating disorder, and the fad that was trending has kind of calmed down now, I think, because TikTok have kind of stopped the search because we have to protect our children. I wouldn't say I'm trying to protect you, but I'm trying to raise awareness around different issues that could be affecting if you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, where some of you might watch this. As this show gets bigger and better, it's cool news for you. TikTokers, I go live multiple times a day, don't I? So I generally feel that we have an obligation as responsible adults. Me, I'm nearly 50, believe it or not. I'm a former teacher, so hopefully I've got some kind of statute of responsibility. And I've also got extra responsibility from my religious belief because I'm a born again Christian, and I totally believe in seeing and look after people, their well being, and I just love people. It doesn't matter. We've all got stories. I don't care where you're from. I don't care if you've been in prison. Yeah, I'm here to help. In some ways, I feel like an American police officer because I like the saying "protect, serve." I can't remember the phrase now. I'm here to protect and serve, but there's a lot, not to be too religious, but there's a lot of Bible verses that say protect and serve, and you serve because you don't want to get a reward. Okay, yes, I have a business now and I've got to grow a brand, I've got to make money. But Healthy Secrets is who I am. I'm sharing my healthy secrets. Each video, each live show I do, each piece of content, each piece of article that I write is a healthy secret designed to prevent the loss of life, whether it's be for a mental illness, a disorder, someone who's got stress or anxiety. That's what the brand stands for. And I can't be more honest than that. You can read my stories all over the internet. That was my choice, by the way. I wanted to share my story. I had a bad childhood. I can't go into specifics tonight because I've got to be careful what platforms I speak about. But the information is there for you. But equally, I'm human as well. Okay, I've got feelings, and I've been hurt before through physical violence and other type of things. I've had a lot of counseling over the years. I do live with a difficult condition called non-epileptic attack disorder, but I want to let you know that I am well. I'm looking after my mental fitness. I'm off tomorrow going to see my friend in Ireland. I'm looking forward to that. And I'm going to close the show off and just give you encouragement to always question the content that you watch and ask yourself, is this appropriate? Should I copy it? Is it really going to do me good? And ask those questions because, I'm not knocking her down. I do like some of Taylor Swift songs, but some of the songs encourage swearing and other different types of things. And, sometimes I don't like swearing, it's not something that's built within me. Around certain people, I might occasionally say a few swear words. I don't like it. I don't encourage it as a former teacher. I banned any student who was swearing in my classroom. It's not good nature, okay? But I know that we're human and we get angry, and angry is a real emotion. So we need to talk about these things, everybody. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. It was a very difficult, not difficult, but very strange feeling tonight. Very kind of weird show tonight. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Give me a follow if you're on TikTok. And yeah, give me a couple of likes if you like the show tonight. And Facebook community, YouTubers, Twitch, those platforms. I still need to work on those, but I'm pretty busy doing a lot of things at the moment. Growing the brand, it's only 4 weeks old, and already I'm busy. I really feel that I can actually make a difference with Healthy Secrets as a global brand. But anyway, I'll bid you good night, Facebook community, and then all my any friends and family will be watching tonight. Been a bit of a strange one, but hopefully I've helped at least one person tonight. So I bid you good night, folks, on those channels. I say goodbye to you.